If you don't watch this video until the end, making money trading might remain an illusion to you. I know it's a bold claim, but what I'm about to share here took me 4 years of time and experiences behind the charts before I had that special aha moment. So in this video, I'll show you why the ICT Silver Bullet Strategy excels, and more importantly, why you might not even need to use it to make money. Sounds confusing, right? Well, that's where the aha moment will come to you shortly, and it could potentially change your trading game forever. So buckle up and let's dive in, folks. Alright, let me ask you a quick question. Why do you guys think a strategy works when it comes to trading? So right now, I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, it's because you have a potential strategy that you're trying to use in order for you to make money, right? And for whatever reason, it's not working, or for whatever reason, you're just hitting a lot of losses, so you don't know, right, what exactly to do and how to make it work. And I can promise you, if you understand the core value of this video, definitely you can improve that a lot. So let's go and start understanding, right, what is this famous ICT Silver Bullet trading strategy everybody's talking about, and everybody's saying that this bullet strategy is making them a hell amount of money. So very shortly, I will be explaining you the strategy. I'll be breaking that down for you, how it works. But most importantly, I will help you to understand why this strategy works over the simple strategy that anyone is using, which can be based on structure, which can be based on break and retest, or it can be based on any type of strategy they're using, including patterns and whatever other strategy you know and you have right now. Okay, so first thing first, all right, ICT Silver Bullet Strategy is basically a strategy that is based on liquidity, time, and price. So what do I mean? Mostly, you guys have probably never seen me using this chart, which is NAS 100, right? But I was backtesting today a lot, and actually it's pretty good. Like, look at this, the amount of trades we have over here. But anyway, just leave it. This is not what I wanted to show. So what is happening? ICT, okay, is saying that this strategy can be applied on different type of indices. So US30, NASDAQ, NAS 100, US30, like, you know, all these indices. I don't personally trade them, but they're very good pairs to trade with, right? And then what he says is basically the structure of the strategy is composed on timing. So the time he says is usually around 10, right, to 11 a.m. New York time. Okay, so what does happen is that basically he says, okay, let me actually go a little bit further down here so we can draw it better over here. I know my drawing is not the excellent, guys, but bear with me because that's the best way I can express myself, right? And I think that's the genuine me that you guys can get to see instead of showing you all this crazy PowerPoint like sophisticated tool. This is just me, okay? So that's what I'm doing. All right, now what I got here is that from 10 a.m., right, he says New York time, and 11 a.m., basically 1 hour window. There is different other variants of the strategy and whatsoever, but I'm going to give you the brief overview because I don't want to teach you the strategy. What I'm doing is making you understand the grounds of the strategy and showing you why it works and how you can use the same exact principle to any strategy that you're using right now. And I can promise you, if you understand that, you can elevate your trading. Now, 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and then what he says is that basically, let's say this is a range, right? And then what he does is pretty much having a 9 a.m., so a lot of people discuss about it, 9 a.m., right? Defining your high of 9 a.m. and your low of your 9 a.m. And then from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., long story short, what he says is that when you see one of these highs getting taken out, so let's say that this one is not over here, right? So let me see if I can delete this bit. No, okay, I cannot delete this bit. All right, so what he says is basically, as soon as you see price taking out, right, one low or one high, so let's say the 10 a.m., now we're in the time frame of 10 to 11 window, right? As soon as you see price taking out this low over here, and it gives a reaction away, leaving a very strong imbalance behind it over there, right? He says that you can take the trade from the imbalance, targeting all the way up to the next high, which is over here, right? Now, this is pretty much a very basic overview of how it works. Eventually, there are different other time frames that people use it. There are like three time frame like this within a time frame window, whatever. If you guys want to know like further in details, just go and watch ICT, the legend himself. He will tell you everything in details because I'm not here to teach you the strategy. I'm here to show you why it works and how you should be replicating that, right? So now, the core concept is this. You have specific timing, okay? So we have, what is the key point? You have specific timing, right? And then you have specific range. In this case, you have like, call it order flow, structure, whatever you're gonna call it, it's absolutely fine. And then the next thing you have, right, is the inefficiency. So you have, as I said, sorry guys, range. Okay, I promise I'm gonna work so hard on me to bring you guys better quality on my drawing, because I know it can sound very confusing, but I promise you, if you follow me along, you can understand everything. Now, if then the third one, we said the FVG, which is the fair value gap after the price takes out the liquidity. So those are the key elements that you can use it in order for you to do what? To target the next eventual high or low within the 10 to 11 a.m. Okay, so that's pretty much what the strategy consists of, and that's pretty much what the strategy says. Okay, so now let me ask you this question. The same exact things we're gonna try to do it now in the way I trade, using supply and demand, right, and smart money concept, without any timing, without any fair value gap, without nothing, just having the order flow, right? And let's put also the lower time frame, right, structure, which is something that we will be looking somewhere around here. Okay, now let me ask you this. Based on what I just shared on this one, right, and based on what I just said on this one, so this is the strategy one, which is the ICT strategy, the inner cycle trader, and this is the strategy that we use commonly on this channel, right? Smart money concept, structure, order flow, imbalance whatsoever. Which one do you guys think, right, has more data? So which one I gave you more data about? This one or this one? Well, you guys all gonna be saying that this one, which is the ICT one, is the one that has more data. Why? Because I told you about 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 hour window. I told you 9 a.m. high and 9 a.m. low. And then I said that there are three principal criteria that you have to use in order for you to take the trade, right? But on this one, all you guys know is that we're in a bearish momentum, right? And I say to you, the next thing you can do is looking the lower time frame structure for you to take the trade. Why do you take the trade? Well, if you want to go for a buy, then you can trade it all the way till here, which is a counter trend, by the way, right? Till this supply zone, and then you could potentially look for a sell. Or when price gets over here, you can look for a potential sell according to the structure. Okay, so there is one thing is missing over here. Okay, what is that? Is that when it comes to this specific strategy, right? This one over here. Okay, check this out. When it comes to this specific strategy, and you follow the order flow. So in this case, if we were to draw the structure again, right? There is this thing that's missing, which is basically having this high and this low, like having this specific range, okay, where you know that if this is a structural low, so if it's going to the downside, if we are going for a sell direction, price can turn anywhere from this zone, from this zone, from this zone, or even from this zone, right? So how many times have you seen that happening on the chart? Let me show you on the chart so you guys will understand better what is it that I'm talking about. Okay, so check this out. Yeah, you guys saw that I've been doing a lot of drawing over here. Actually, let me make this clear. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you guys seen me doing this, which is the structure. So in this structure, right, in this range, for example, you guys can see like we got high, we got low, we got high, we got low, we got high, we got low. Then what is it that we got? We have an order flow in front of our eyes telling us the price is going bearish, right? And we know what? That we can expect certain type of retracement, but we don't know, or maybe we don't have the certainty to know where exactly price can reverse from. It can reverse from this specific zone, can reverse from this specific zone, but in this case, as you can see, it just reversed from over here, right? The same goes all the way down here. You were expecting it here, 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 somewhere, but it still kept reversing it. Now, on the other way around, when you have a break of structure, we don't know from where exactly it's going to reverse. From here, from here, from here, right? So you can see that this one came to the extreme and then it shoot all the way up there. So now that I gave you a little bit of overview of both of the strategy, which one do you think is more complex? And which one do you think is easier to understand? Well, I can bet that the one that I said with ICT is probably the most easiest one among the two that we have described now, right? Why? Because there are specific criteria that is telling you that you have this time frame window. These are the three things you have to follow, and these are the three things that you have to look when it comes within the time frame and the window. While on this one over here, right, on the structure, despite you knowing the order flow, right, you don't know from where the price is reversing. You don't know what is triggering the price to reverse from a specific zone. So obviously, automatically, you might think that this one is probably more complex because there is more study that need to be done. There is more information that you need to know. There is more, and there is always some more that has never an ending. Well, let me tell you something, guys. If you understand, right, this about ICT, I can promise you that this one over here, the one that is very sounds complex to you, it can be replicated and can be the same exact thing as ICT, and if not, even more simpler. Well, you might be wondering, how is that possible? Why is this guy talking about? Well, let me tell you this. If we go back to this drawing, I'm sorry guys, I promise, I'll do my best to do better qualities, better drawing. So we have 10 a.m., we have 11 a.m., and then we have the three criteria, right? Now, let's clean up this a little bit, all right? So I'm not going to confuse you guys. Okay, so what you got? We got high, low, high. Then we have a break. Let's say that this is the high, this is the low of 9, right? Okay, so this is the 9 a.m. New York time. All right, beautiful. Now this is the start of the 10 to 11, right? That's what we say. So you have here what? A specific data that has been given to you that is telling you, hey, listen, in 9 o'clock, you have to find out a high and you have to find out a low. By 10 and 11, all you have to do is wait for one high or one low to be taken out, and then you have to see a shifted structure leaving a specific FVG imbalance over here, right? And when you got that imbalance, you can take the trade targeting all the way to the other side. And usually the risk to reward within this strategy based on the understanding I had is 1-to-1, 1-to-2. It's very rare that you get across 1-to-3 or even further, but it might can happen depending on the day. However, here you have a very solid specific details and instruction for you to take this trade. While on the other one that we did, we only had one thing, which is the order flow, right? And the only thing we needed to do is specifically, right, waiting for lower time frame confirmation or even leaving pending order before we take the trade. So the major difference between this and the reason why ICT works so well, ICT, let's say this specific strategy of ICT, because he has like hell amount of strategies, he has a lot of approach, whatever. It's fine. I respect all of them because after all, he's the one that created SMC. So I have a huge respect for him, right? But this particular strategy, the reason why it works so damn well, and the reason why a lot of people say making money, by the way, be careful while you're listening, right? Because even if they say they make hell amount of money, or even if they say that works a lot, it doesn't mean that this is gonna work for you as well. Why? Because you need to reflect your own circumstances as well. What if you cannot trade from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m.? What if you're not good on scalping? What if you're not good on M1? There's so many variables. So just because someone is saying I'm making a hell amount of money, don't follow them. Don't listen to them. Try to backtest on your own and try to understand if that's something that you can replicate for yourself as well. This being said, the reason why you work so well is because this system has a very solid instruction that is telling you, hey, hello, listen, all right? If you want to go from point A to point B, there is a specific train that you have to take from this specific time, which is, 10 to 11, right? And if you do not take that, you miss your train because you need to follow the exact binary for taking the train, exact time, exact moment, targeting the exact, TP, which is the liquidity. While on the one that we did with the supply and demand, we do not have any of it. We don't have timing. We don't have any, specific guidance, specific instruction that's telling us where should we be going. And that's exactly the reason why all the major strategies out there, they fail because they lack of specific rules and lack of specific guidance. So you might be wondering now, okay, so where do I find all these rules? Where do I find all this guidance? Well, the simple answer is that you find them within yourself. Yes, exactly. I know it sounds complex, but again, let me show you these trades I've been backtesting, okay? And you guys will see, if you've been following me on my channel, you see the way I break down my trades, right? And then you will understand how you can implement the same exact logic of ICT within your plan, okay? Now, before I move to it, I want to break down something because I know some of you that are watching now that might be thinking, okay, one second, but if I can make money with ICT, right, and his strategy, why should we even bother to stressing myself out? Well, remember when I said that with ICT, the one that I say the maximum you can probably target is a 1-to-2. I don't know, maybe it's a 1-to-1. Okay, I didn't see anyone going for 1-to-3. But what if you have a potential of these type of strategies? And imagine now replicating what ICT is showing you with the rules and the system on your own damn strategy. Guys, let me tell you this. Every strategy works. You gotta bloody believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe on the hard work that you've been putting every single day behind the chart. And that's what we do here. We trust ourselves, we trust our process, and most importantly, if our process doesn't work, we don't throw it away. And trust me, I made this mistake so many damn times, okay? I thrown away so many good strategies because I couldn't understand these exact principles that I'm sharing with you right now. That's why I said in the intro, they took me 4 years before I've been able to have this aha moment. Okay, so now check this out. Here we have an order flow, right? What is going on? Is that I've seen this graph of liquidity. I don't trade liquidity, I say that every time, but it's an extra confluence. We have price breaking to the upside, faking everybody out, breaking to the downside. I waited for a smaller time frame confirmation, right? And then here, right, had a very, very beautiful trade during evening. Okay, now you guys can see that from this high to this low, there has been a very nice move, and I couldn't take anything. From this low to this high, I didn't take anything. Sorry, it's not about couldn't, I didn't. Okay, listen to me. Now, from this high, actually there was a nice trade here, but I didn't take it because it was too late on the day. From this high to this low, right, I have taken this trade. Okay, you can see that. And then, I in the backtesting, of course, because this was a backtesting, but I've taken this trade in the backtesting, right? And then we had several other options over here. I did some backtesting over here, but this was the major trade I've taken based on the rules and the principle that I was looking for. And the same exact things happen over here as well. Okay, why? Because you can see the same things over here. Look at this. High, low, high, this is a stop. Why this is a stop loss? Because here I followed the same exact principle that I applied on this approach over here, which is high, break, going to the extreme. Why extreme? That's because part of my plan, my strategy and everything. But my rule is telling me, hey, hello, this is exactly where you have to look for the entry. This is exactly where you have to take the trade if you want to target towards your optimal target, which is somewhere below this low, right? Now here is the same exact thing. I tried and I failed. Why? Because you guys can see that price did not respect that. Then price broke to the upside. And then again, look at this. Price broke to the upside. It reached the extreme. And that was another beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade. Of course, as I said here on the description, I wrote it for myself. I take a lot of notes, that's why. So the partial were somewhere around here, 1 to 20, I don't know. So yeah, somewhere 1 to 20 would have been 25, somewhere partial. And the rest, you could have let it go all the way up there, right? And now again, let me show you. You guys starting seeing the similarity. Now check this out. I got low, high, boom. Break again. Guess what? Coming to the extreme, somewhere around to the extreme, right? In this place, same exact identical protocol. And I promise you guys, if I was the same guy that was when I started trading, I would have taken hell amount of trade, yes, and hell amount of losses. Because why? Because from the moment, right? Let's go deep dive into it, guys. I'm gonna blow your mind away. Like literally, you guys have to understand this because I swear I had somebody explaining this kind of stuff, right? Okay, look at this. So what do you guys can see over here? We going where? Up, right? Price is just pushing up like there's no tomorrow. Now what's going on? You know, right? That price is breaking this high, then it's retracing, and you wait, and it never comes on your, let's say, POY. It breaks and it retraces, and it never comes, let's say, for whatever reason you got POY over here. It breaks, blah, 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 and it's the same thing. So when you see this happening, and your analysis is telling you that we're going buy bullish, right? But you're not able of taking this trade, what do you guys think is going to trigger on yourself as a human being? Emotionally speaking, you get lost. Why? Because you start having fear of FOMO. You're like, oh, I'm missing this trade. I was about to take it. I'm missing this trade. I was about to take it. I'm missing this trade. I'm about to take it. But let me tell you this. When ICT says that follow the 9 a.m., follow the 11 a.m., follow the 10 a.m., nobody will see this, right? And saying, oh, I'm missing the trade. I have FOMO. I need to take this. Because if within 9 a.m. or 11 a.m. or 10 a.m., whatever is the time frame that he's providing, you don't see your train going through your binary, whatever it has to go through, you don't take the trade. Why? Because the strategy, the rule he's providing to you, right? Let me say that again. The rule he's providing to you is literally what is a must that you need in order for you to be able to perform better with that specific strategy. While when it comes to your own strategy, the fact that you don't have anyone providing you rules, right? I know we are human beings. We tend to follow like other people's opinions so much because that's what the society is teaching us, right? Follow the book, follow the rules, follow everything, okay? Then not having that and you not being able to give yourself specific rules, you are failing with your strategy and with your trading. And trust me, guys, the amount of money I had to lose to get to this understanding, it was crazy. And the amount of time, the amount of pain, the amount of frustration, the amount of fact that I was right, but yet in somehow I was losing money, right? It was crazy. And this is exactly what I want you to guys to understand from this video, is that you have to start building solid, like very, very solid rules when it comes to your strategy. And that means that even if you have rules, you have to be willing to understand that you're not going to catch them all. You have to be willing to let it go because price is not doing what you need. So that's the very important key concept. Because when ICT tells you you have to trade from 10 to, what is it here, right? From 10 to 9 a.m. or from 10 to 11, I know many of you are able to be consistent making money because you are sticking just within the time frame. You don't care about what happens afterward. You don't care because that's what the package comes with, right? With this type of instruction. So right now, if you're watching this video, okay, and you have a very specific strategy that you deep dive work so hard to build for yourself, and you truly believe on that actually works, I can encourage you to keep bloody pushing on that, keep pushing hard on that, right? And start dropping like very crazy rules for your own understanding, the way you see the market, the way you trade with it, right? And try to make that work. And I can promise you that if you understand this, you can literally change everything within your trading plan. So to reinforce better the understanding of what I just said about building a rule, if you want to guys have a little bit of guidance on understanding how to build your rules and the system, just make sure that you watch this video over here, because in this video I explain how to get rid of FOMO. However, I give away so many nuggets on how to properly use data's collection of everything that you need in order for you to make money. So I'll see you to the next one.